Good morning. Good morning. What's happening, family? Welcome to the show. It is Michelle Bryant here, WNOV, 860 AM, 106.5 FM. You are listening to Say Something Real. I just realized I ain't taking my hair down.
So when you looked in the camera, you
When I looked at the camera, I was like,
no mirror, just
your
camera.
hair's still braided from when you was asleep last night. I sure ain't taking it down.
So I want to hear Jermaine say, Michelle, when you wear your hair like that.
Wait my turn, brother. Wait my turn.
Nah, I'm about to get this skull cap. I ain't
my
taking my
turn,
hair
brother.
down. I need a rubber band. Oh, it's edges toe up. You know, see, whoever I did this was for
If you look
Facebook.
that good going to bed, Lord
Look,
have mercy.
All of this for Facebook and YouTube.
Tell her, Jermaine, come on with it.
It's too
Soon
much.
as she come to me, I got some words.
No, I don't want your words.
Oh, I'm gonna give you.
I
I'm gonna give you
I don't
all
want
these
them.
words.
I
I'm
don't want them.
gonna give it to you, and you gonna like it.
God dang it. I'm so mad. Look, no apostrophe. David, if you listening, nah, no S at all, bro.
S's.
So yeah, tell them to fix that. No S at all. Men is already plural. No S at all.
Menses.
So ridiculous. Oh my God. Well, I'm sure leaving it. for everybody at home, like Michelle be tripping. That's how I used to do Joy Reid. Joy Reid hair be so jacked up some days. I'd be like, come on, Joy.
You said jacked up.
It would. Her hair would be, you ain't never know from day to day what you was gonna get with Joy with her hair. Be like, Joy, you tripping. Who did your hair today? And then now I know how she feel. No, I don't, because she got a stylist.
She shouldn't.
I don't have no stylist.
she shouldn't have a stylist. Fire.
I need to not be on Facebook. I just need to have a permanent picture that just sit up there. Me putting me on Facebook. It's too damn early in the morning for all of this worried about how you look stuff.
Here you go. They can't see it.
No, don't use that one.
Don't use that one.
No, I need to lose weight on that
Okay,
one.
wait a minute.
We
Wait,
need to find a slim picture.
What about this one? What about this one? What about that one?
Nah. I look like a real estate agent on that one.
Yeah, you look like you selling property.
Keon took that picture. I look like a real estate agent. I guess we back to this.
Yep, here we're back.
We're back to this.
Good morning, family. Welcome to the show. It is Monday, just a few days before Thanksgiving. I do have some announcements for meals that will be given away today through Thanksgiving Day. So I'll make sure that we get people plugged in. And before I say good morning to the bros, let me just say publicly, I apologize to my sorority, Delta Sigma Theta sorority. They were supposed to, or not they were supposed to, they were helping out down at G's for the turkey giveaway. And, I left to go down there because I was going to help volunteer too. I might even signed up. I was going to volunteer too. I knew as soon as I was coming down King Drive and I got to that intersection near North Avenue, this is about to be a problem. I knew it. Cars were everywhere. So I said, hey, and they were already in line. The giveaway wasn't until 1:30. Cars were already in line at 12 o'clock. 12:15. I said, I'm going to go down 2nd Street. I should have went over one more, but I said, I'm going to go down 2nd Street, cut down by Mount Zion, go over a block, figure out how to park somewhere over in the neighborhood. Man, it was a log jam of traffic, so outrageous and so bad. And then I got into a stare down with another driver, this brother driving his truck. So I'm more than 3/4 of the way in on 2nd Street before you get to that street that's the next one over from North Avenue.
Garfield?
Yes. So I'm 3/4 of the way in. Dude had just turned the corner. He see me and he see his big old truck. It's not enough room to get by me. He could have just easily backed up and let me go through. Because now I got to back all the way out and then backing up onto North Avenue.
Wow.
Dude, he sat there. I can't back up. I can't do it. I was like, this old man gonna make me kill him out here. And so I'm like, well, sir. And then by this time, now it's more people coming behind me, and dude, still nobody behind him. He just keeps sitting there. I was like, for real?
Ignorant.
I mean, I was like, come on, Pop, for real? Because ain't nobody behind you right now, sir. You could easily just back up. You right by the corner. I can't do it. I can't do it. I said, I'm about to go to jail out of here. I'm about to go
Get
to
out
jail.
and let me do it. I'll back it up for you.
Look, so now cars down and got behind him. Now cars behind me. And we all the way back to North Avenue.
Standoff.
So then the people that's in line for G's food, they on the side of us. So it ain't nowhere to go. And then this older brother's outside directing traffic. He was like, just back up. Hey, bruh, you see how many cars is behind me? Don't act like this start with me. So we go back and forth. Dude in the truck, I can't move. I ain't moving. I was like, oh, and I was on the phone talking to my brother. My brother was dying. My brother like, you good, fam? No, I ain't good. I'm about to go to jail out here. And so then finally, they get the dude, the older man that's directing traffic, he get everybody behind me to back up. And then he got them going up through some way and cutting this way and doing that. So I'm like, okay, I lose the stare off. I got to back up. So I back up, and just as I back up, the dude that's directing traffic, he, just cut your tires, going up on that lot, and then going out, turn around and go that way. I said, man, I'm not doing all of that. I'm getting ready to go back on the North Avenue so I can just get out of here. This old man hit the hood of my truck.
Uh-oh.
Turn that. I said, I'm going to jail. I'm going to jail. He hit the hood of my truck. Boom. Like somebody great granddaddy. I was like, sir, you hit that truck again.
I'm gonna hit you.
You hit that truck again.
You're gonna be.
You hit that truck again. We gonna have a problem. We gonna have.
What kind of vehicle you driving?
Jeep logo.
Man-made.
That Jeep logo gonna be a tattoo.
It's gonna be him on it. It's gonna be him like the Jordan sign.
I'm just saying. Oh my God, I was so
Call him
mad.
the new Jerry West.
I mean, I was like,
There's the picture.
You still messing with photos?
There's the picture. I found it.
You still messing with
Now
photos?
take a look at that one, Clark. What do you think?
Oh my God, you so silly. You still doing photos. So anyway, by the time I did all of that,
Clark said, no, not that one.
no, he said no, not that one.
Yes, he did.
That is my professional headshot.
Jermaine, you've seen this one, haven't you?
I can't even see.
It's
Take a look.
Debo, ain't nobody got time to be playing with
I
you.
think it's one of the most beautiful pictures of you I've ever seen.
Okay, here we go.
It's my favorite picture of you.
Anyway. So anyway, I was traumatized by the whole
Absolutely
thing.
beautiful.
And I left and went home.
Say, baby. Say.
Somebody said I was there around 11 and it was just starting to get packed. My little one goes there to get his haircut. Yes, I couldn't do it. I was like, the ladies at Delta Sigma Theta, y'all gonna have to hold it down without me, because these people I got into a stare off with the old man who won't move his truck, and I lost. And then, this another old man go smack the hood of my truck. I said, man, let me get from over here.
you just losing.
Because too many people know me over here, and I was cussing.
You're like elderly abuse.
Yeah. I was like,
yeah, you're going to jail.
Too many people know me over here. I'm over here cussing. I was like, holla at me one more time.
Hit my hood. I double dare you.
You cussing right outside the church right there?
Don't add the church.
Hey,
you ain't got to bring it in.
Church was there too.
But outside, we'll see.
Like my mama say, and when she dare you, I double dog dare you. Hit that hood again. I double dog.
I'm gonna tell you, it was traumatizing. So G owe me something for being put through all of that.
Traumatized.
Now your stuff better organized with the traffic, so I ain't got to come down there and fight for my life. But now that y'all heard about my trying weekend, and look, I'll use up 10 minutes of the show. Good morning, Debo. How are you today, sir?
Great programming thus far already.
Great programming. Sound like the Keith Perry show.
Right.
Minus chicken.
Right, minus chicken. I was gonna say without the chicken.
minus chicken and a football score.
We're
hey,
good.
did you see?
We're good, Michelle. Blessed and highly favored, and 6 weeks in.
6 weeks into what?
El
I
Prego.
ain't missed service in 6 weeks, man. I'm proud of me and what I'm doing.
Oh, I thought he was saying he was 6 weeks pregnant. I didn't know.
6 weeks pregnant.
It's stupid.
I didn't know.
Gonna be some more elderly abuse up in here.
Look, everybody texting me about my weekend.
Wow.
Somebody gonna text me, which I knew he an old man 60. You was out of order, Michelle. Like, you know what? Any bro,
But he didn't have no business hitting the hood.
Yeah, come on now.
Yeah.
You don't hit on nobody. What if he'd have damaged it?
Oh,
He wasn't gonna damage it, but it's just
No, he could have had on a ring or anything that might have scraped your paint.
it was just
anything.
a play.
or he could have Donkey Kong your hood. And put it in,
He
put a
could have whooped. Michelle would have got out of that truck. He might would have whooped her. I sure would have hate to see that on the 6 o'clock news.
Oh, that's why I said
Michelle and the old dude rolling around on the
literally
ground.
why I said, let me get from over.
And you know, nowadays people got their cameras out.
Oh yeah, it made the news.
Check on your people.
It's definitely been videoed.
Let me get from over here, because I know it's people know me. Over
What you
here.
said? Check on your people.
Check on your people.
I know me. Oh, hey Jay, how you doing?
Well, Shell, you know, since you've taken up 10 minutes
You
of
want
the
the other 10,
showtime,
huh?
I figured I'd give you 10 minutes more of this foolishness that's going on around here. Well, Shell, you know, my weekend was pretty good. Outside of me
Did you
making
make
money.
us some money this week?
Of course, you know.
Run me
Hey,
that.
I stay on
I got
point
shopping, bro.
Like Stacey
the
Adams.
grocery list is real.
Yeah.
Run that.
Look, I need you to go get a whole bunch of candy because that's what we having
What
for
candy?
Thanksgiving. Yeah, Snickers
What?
and Kit Kats and 100 Grands.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, anyway, but
our
outside of that,
conversation is just it.
Yeah.
Anyway.
yeah, but anyway, outside of that, you know, when you wear your hair like that, woman,
Oh,
It
boy.
look like
I
just
want to
got
tell
out of
you,
bed.
it's once, twice. You are 3 times a lady.
I'll talk to you off. Hey, Clark. No, let this sound right.
We need more of that power.
Hey, Clark.
Who you with?
There it is. Come up in here acting like one of them old men.
Elderly abuse going on in here.
Look, Craig, no, I have not. I'm getting to it.
Once,
I'm getting
twice,
to it, Craig. I'm going to do it in the second half.
3 times a lady.
Don't do that, Jermaine. Don't
Thank
do that.
you.
Don't do that. My days are, I'm already traumatized from my weekend. Let's not do that. All right, y'all. It's a ton of stuff to get to. But first and foremost, let me just say this, because I was going back and forth. Brother reached out to me this morning and said, Michelle, could you please mention an event that's happening tonight? And I said, of course. There's a men-only meeting, part 2.
No, it's men's only.
No.
Men's is. You got to say men's is.
Men's is only meeting.
Leave these folks alone. Leave these folks alone. See how messy y'all was? That didn't even need to be said. Y'all just, I can't stand. None of y'all. I only like Clark. I don't
Need all the men's is-
nobody else.
We need all the men's is to line up on this side.
You know what? See? It ain't that funny, Jim.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
You don't understand the
No,
language
it's
behind
not.
that.
I
Me
don't
and
even
Debo
care.
do.
Yeah, we've had that. We've heard that at our church.
Me and
All the
Debo
men's is on
understand.
this side. And all the women's is on this side.
I
And bring all your
cannot
monies.
stand y'all. All right, so a men-only meeting, part 2. Let's make our community a safe and decent place to live. And this is today, 7:30 p.m. Free event. Muhammad Mosque number 3, 925 West Burleigh Street, here in Milwaukee. Doors are going to open at 7 p.m. So the reason why it is important to highlight that this meeting is convening, just like with the other men's initiatives and groups that are happening, we saw ridiculous violence this weekend, some of which involved very young people, 15 years old, 17 years old. I think when I turned on the news last night, or yesterday, it was 4 shootings that, authorities were investigating. And again, while violence is on par in some communities, and I'm talking about around the country. It's not unique to Milwaukee. Um, we still want to be careful about how we talk about it because yesterday, Lakeisha had went to breakfast with some friends and she came in the house and she said, "Check this out." And I said, "What's going on?" And she was saying that now on her car GPS, the ICE detention facility now shows up on the GPS map and it's not far from our house. It's their processing center. Yeah, somewhere off of Liberty, over by the house.
Isn't that the one that they were talking about putting on like Park? It's a Park Place over there.
So yeah, this I think it's the same place that Alderwoman Larissa Taylor had the group, and it was a number of protesters outside of a facility. But yeah, when like literally this thing now pops up on GPS.
Wow.
And I'm tripping because my son's house was a new build down in the area he lives in Georgia. I don't even know if that mess on GPS yet. It took forever to be able to get the postal packages delivered because they had to get it in the system. This is already popping up on GPS. These folks are getting prepared, whether it's Border Patrol or ICE. And we eventually, as I keep saying, will be North Carolina, will be New Orleans, will be Charlotte, will be Chicago. Milwaukee's turn is coming. So I want to be very measured in the way we talk about what's going on in our community and not giving people an excuse to come in here and act a fool. But even with that being said, we have got to get a handle on the serious loss of life that we see occurring. Some of the shootings this weekend, people in the wrong place, or I'm sorry, where they supposed to be, but something crazy ends up happening where they are, and they are not even involved in the altercation, and they end up being hit and killed. But we have got to figure out how to wrap our heads around what's going on. And this is not something that the federal government can cure. It's not even necessarily something that, Jeff Norman and with the police department can cure, because by the time the police come, they're responding. Now, there are times when prevention is possible. We already all, we got downtown covered police everywhere. So maybe you think once or twice about pulling out a gun and getting involved in an altercation because you realize the police are right there. That can be prevention. But for most of the stuff that we see happening in these neighborhoods and these communities, the police are responding. They're not stopping crime. So then you got to talk about, well, then how do we stop it? That's internal work. That's the community's job. That's our work to do. What puts a person in the mindset that their life means nothing, that they are willing to go out here and take somebody else's life and not appreciate that the minute that bullet left the chamber, you killed yourself too. The minute that bullet left the chamber, you killed yourself too. And you may not get caught in that exact moment, but the odds are great you're going to be apprehended. You go into jail. And, the other part of it is that life holds so little opportunity for you, promise for you, interest for you, that this is what you think living is about. Riding around, getting into nonsense, whatever other little ancillary criminal activity is going on. So this is internal work, y'all. If everybody woke up and decided to be about business and do the right thing, this stuff stops. Yes.
I just want to say, and that is true, it is an internal thing. And the internal includes what you listen to and see. Because whether people believe this or not, if you've never operated in this vein, you really won't understand it. But music drives people to do things. Music drives people to do things. Certain stuff you see on TV drive you to do things. And I'm a living witness. So now when you listen to this drill music that's out, this music and stuff that's out that's telling you to go ride on your ops, that's telling you to go get a cap. And this whole cap thing that they talking about is, getting a hat is taking them life, getting ahead. So you got these young people who's now posting on their social media site, hey, I got 5 caps. Man, I'm a hitter. And such and such. So you seeing all this stuff and you intrigued by this stuff. And it's prime example because even with these kids in Chicago that did that stuff to them, to that young lady, this was something that they previously saw and thought that it was cool and wanted to do it. That's why they brought out their phones and they wanted to record because they see other people doing this stuff. It's all learned behavior. So it is true. It's an internal thing. It starts in the home. It starts private time, when you're outside of your home. I mean, when you're inside of your home is when you have to get a hold of this thing. Because if you don't, it's going to spread like cancer.
And that's why, and I certainly appreciate the power and influence of music. I mean, there, and for this goes both ways because there are people that talk about music therapy.
Exactly.
You can play the right song and uplift somebody's spirits. You can play the right song, and I know people that work out. It's certain songs that pump
music
you up.
that drive you. Or if you get on the freeway,
right?
So you ain't gonna put on nothing slow because it's gonna put you to sleep.
Yeah, whenever I'm falling asleep, me and Ludacris go all the way home.
There you go.
So though that's real, but the other part I think that I always try to stress, and this is why when Tupac was getting into it, with C. Dolores Tucker.
Yeah.
About banning rap music. Yeah. One of the things I also know is that it takes us. Let me say this. Okay, I'm just not gonna worry about how I say it. I'm just gonna say it. It takes a certain kind of mind and or situation for the music to be able to impact you in that way.
Yeah.
And I will tell people, my son listened to all of the music that Cass was trying to ban. Mm-hmm. Now he wasn't never no hardcore, like some stuff. My son was like, okay, yeah, this just doing too much, dog.
It's just too
You're doing
pressure.
too much.
Yeah.
And he didn't listen to that. And I listen, to rap music, and I've been listening to it as long as it's been around. I grew up with the genre. I've watched it change and evolve over years, going from, social activism and power, and upliftment of the community to what the industry, has turned it into today.
Yeah.
On some level, because we know it's different types of rap. Yeah. Also, we gotta say that.
Yeah.
But what makes you fertile to hear this information is the thing that I keep going back to. And you said, if you don't grab them early, if we don't get control of it early, I'm saying the foundational work that we put into raising our children, mm-hmm. that they understand, this music, this is a song, mm-hmm. But this is not how we live.
Right.
Ali Sadiq has a bit in his My Two Sons comedy thing that he does, and he says his son, his oldest son, listen to all this music, and he like go in the room like, you don't do none of this. You don't live like that. You're not exposed to that. Mm-hmm. So what is all of this? Mm-hmm. And that's the thing. In addition to hearing the crazy, our kids are exposed either to crazy or they're not exposed to enough positive and enough outlets that they understand. Like, man, this just entertainment. This is not how we live.
Yeah, and that's true. That is so true. But you got to look at the music industry and even the radio market. The radio market refused to play conscious mind rap music. You know why? Because they know with music like Common and music with all of these rappers that's empowering you, they don't want the mind to hear that.
But this is the other thing, though. And again, so here, and we can, and I got to go to break calls. I see y'all too. But this is that volley back and forth, because the music industry is going to play what sells. We can make a movie, and I'm going to do it on movies. We can make a movie about Black history, about some common struggle, informational, telling of some story. that movie will do poorly at the box office.
Right.
But
A
we can
murder.
make some gang infused
Exactly.
belly, you know,
Exactly.
with some nonsense, shoot them up,
Yep.
and everybody going to see it.
And that's my purpose.
But so the point is, I'm making what people will buy.
That's what I'm saying. So
Now there
they
is
know.
an element in keeping us dumb and not conscious.
Right.
But if we don't buy that other stuff, you can't. It don't make no difference that you make it.
But
because it's not moving.
No, but the thing.
But we consume it.
But the reason why the conscious, and I'm gonna use just the conscious rap stuff. The reason why that stuff is not selling like that is because if you don't promote it and push it, people won't know it's out there unless you look for it. Just like information about Black people and the whole history, you won't know about the stuff unless you look for it because they're not pushing it.
Okay, well, I'm gonna do this, and then we're going to break. I may not be looking for it,
Mm-hmm.
but if I don't drink, I don't drink.
Mm-hmm.
So I may not find what I want to hear, but I still know I don't get down with that. So it don't matter if I can't find the alternative. If that's not what I'm on, it don't matter.
Yeah, but after a while, if you stay around it long enough, I don't care who you are, you're going to get burnt. You're going to find yourself singing these lyrics. You're going to find yourself thinking about this stuff because you've been around it.
Again, still having the temerity to understand
Mm-hmm.
I'm singing a song versus this is real life.
Right.
And it's a certain kind of mind.
Mm-hmm.
And whether that mind is influenced by drugs, alcohol, a raggedy upbringing, raggedy parents, raggedy situation, it's still a mindset that allows you to take that stuff in and absorb it.
That's true.
And what we've got to figure out as a community is what are we doing to prepare our children mentally to understand the difference between the two. Yeah. Because we have made some aspect of that appealing. You know, it is no big deal for a 15-year-old kid to die in this country today.
Yeah, and that's crazy.
Not at all.
That's crazy.
No big deal whatsoever. As I said, when Sandy Hook happened and you got first graders get killed and you can't move the legislators to do something about guns in this country, you understand, like, this is a way of life. Yeah. And so I got to take a break, but I want to be clear. Guns impact all of us. It's not just a Black community thing. The way these guns get used, what happens to people, it impacts everybody. All right, let me take a break. Whew. Michelle Bryant, WNOV, 860 AM on 6.5 FM. Family, we'll be right back. All right, family, welcome back to the show. Let me go straight to the phone line. Hey, caller, what's happening?
Good morning, Queen Sister.
Hey, bro, how you doing this morning?
I'm feeling pretty good until we went into the violence this weekend. I wish that I had known that you were going to mention the impact that some music has on some people.
Hmm.
And I would have asked you to ask Jermaine to play a Stevie Wonder song that never got popular called Positivity off an unknown album called A Time for Love. Didn't do nothing commercially, but it's a brilliant album. And I listened to the song Positivity yesterday to get myself up and going. So I concur, music does have an impact. However, I'd like to give a shout out to Mount Zion Missionary Baptist Church for the orderly way that we got in and got out with our food.
Oh, they were doing a food giveaway as well yesterday.
We went. I think we went Friday.
Oh, okay,
to Mount
Friday.
Zion.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
and G's was Saturday.
Yeah, okay. I was just wondering if that was also playing into the congestion over there on Saturday. But but Mount Zion's was on Friday.
Yeah, and it was so orderly, man. It would reminded me of the health center over on Silver Spring, the way y'all did over there.
Oh yeah, the Milwaukee Health Services. And
Yes,
I mean,
ma'am.
most of them you're able to do them, relatively well. Brentwood does a great job, but they got space, they got real estate for that. So Greater New Birth, they got space, real estate where people it's ample parking, you can get them lines in. But even Milwaukee Health Services, man, that line would stretch across down Silver Spring across the bridge. The police would be out there directing that traffic.
Yes, they were.
Yeah, like come on now, because you don't realize how great that need is out here.
I'm like, wow, man, we got in there and Heart Love Place was helping out Mount Zion, handing out numbers and some forms for future communication, well wishes on a couple of flyers. The kids was out there with the moms handing out the turkeys. They had the babies handing out the big old turkeys.
Look,
so it was just so
had
great.
lifting things.
Yeah, it was so great. But as we move on through the show today, if you can ask Jermaine to look up Stevie Wonder's.
He got it up.
He got it on.
He pulled it up while you were talking.
All right, love you.
All right, love you back, fam. Appreciate you.
Bye-bye.
All right, got another caller. Let's get them in. Hey, caller, what's happening? Hello.
Hey, Michelle.
Hey.
I never did receive that information for you. Did you find out?
Nope, she didn't get it to me yet.
Huh?
No. But I'm telling you, all you gotta do is Google online too, and just put in wheelchair ramp, and you can find them easily online.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So how you doing this morning?
I can't complain. How about yourself?
I'm doing all right. All right. God is good.
There you go.
He woke me up this morning, so I ain't got no complaints either.
I started.
Oh, my way.
Good morning, D-Boy. Right out.
Oh, yeah.
Who you with?
Right now.
Oh, Lord.
Right now.
Oh,
right now.
Come on, everybody, let that voice out.
He woke me up this morning.
Oh,
me on my way.
hold on, Angela, you messing it up. Boy, the Lord is blessing me. Oh, yeah, right now. Now you can sing, Angela. Oh, right now. Amen. God bless you. God bless you. God keep you. And God smile.
Yes. Thank you, all. Y'all have a good day.
You too, Angela.
Angela, don't you join this choir. We're going to put you on the usher board. Amen. Don't you join this choir no more. And that comes straight from the pastor. Amen.
I told you I didn't want her in the choir.
I told you. Now you go sit down somewhere now.
everybody should be able to sing in the choir that want to sing in
No.
the choir.
When you get to the heavenly choir, you can sing like that old man, singing in that heavenly
You
choir.
know what? Forget y'all. All right, y'all. So let me go ahead. You want to play a little bit of
Yeah,
that? Let's talk.
Debo.
Okay, I'm taking it out for video purposes.
All right,
Go.
That guttural stuff. I mean, because everybody be like, Michelle, you curse. But number one, I ain't cursing in front of my kid. And number two, it was never that guttural, like just vile, nasty.
Yeah.
Like, man, what is you saying?
So
Curse words with more than one syllable. Like
Now,
what?
I'll tell you something else. You want to get a good behind whooping? Do something in front of my kids.
oh yeah.
People knew not to do
Oh, yeah.
disrespect in front of
Yeah.
kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Bro.
Now wait,
Yeah.
but just take one quick second and elaborate on that just a little bit, Debo. What do you mean?
That means if you come by my house
Uh-huh.
and you cussing and acting a fool, and my mama tell you that one time, say, hey, my kids is here.
Yeah.
That's enough of that.
Yeah.
And you continue. Oh yeah, it's on.
Oh, you going out
Yeah.
on your head.
Yeah. And I mean, because like literally, I'm that person in Walmart in the store and people, I mean, and like Bernie Mac and all of the comedians who made light of the fact that just by way of regular communication, we ain't mad about nothing, but curse words are built into the way. Yeah, it's like I said, it's some curse words and then it's some curse words. Yeah. You be like, okay, that's just gritty and foul, and you like kids is right here, and I'll turn around and be like, hey, we got babies standing here, man. Yeah. Men are way more responsive because it's coming from a woman. Mm-hmm. You said to another woman, you're gonna have to fight this chick. Have to fight her, yeah. Especially because they her kids. And I'm like,
so Shell, I want to ask you this. If you have a child that's born in China from a Chinese parent, and you take that baby as soon as it's born, fly him to the United States, to Milwaukee, and let that baby grow up in the hood, do you think that baby is going to speak Chinese?
Well, I mean, environment certainly influences a lot about you. It doesn't have to but it depends on the age of the child when they come.
No, I'm saying
how much has already been ingrained.
I'm saying soon as this child come out,
environment certainly plays a role.
Right. So even though this nature baby was born,
nature versus nurture.
No Chinese.
Hold on. It's my point. So what I'm saying is, even though that this child was born from a Chinese woman, was born in China.
They said no sound still on YouTube.
Sound is up.
Okay.
So they probably behind.
It may be just behind a little bit because when we were playing the song.
So my point is, what I'm saying is, even though that this baby is Chinese, born in China, came out the mother, but the mother didn't have a chance to teach this baby.
Came out the mother.
Is that where they come from?
No, came out the mother.
Ridiculous, man.
Brought over to the U.S., living in Milwaukee on 3rd and Keith. That baby is gonna have 3rd and Keith vibes all day long because that's what that child knows.
But again, nature versus nurture.
Exactly.
So whatever they are exposed to is what they can pick up.
Exactly.
Again, to my point that this becomes internal. And just speaking of that, a number of people saw that one of the young women who as a child at the age of 12 was involved in the Slender Man stabbing. Remember Slender Man was this fictional character. And these two 12-year-old girls sought to, I guess, do an offering to Slender Man. And so they were going to kill another one of their friends. And they lured her into the woods, and she was stabbed upwards to 19, 20 times. And the young lady that primarily did most of the stabbing was a 12-year-old at the time by the name of Morgan Geyser. Today, Morgan Geyser is 23 years old, and she was found not guilty by mental defect or disease or whatever. And but she was still sentenced to 40 years, I guess, as a part of her commitment. Okay. So at some point, now remember, she did this at 12. Okay. She is now 23. So let's do the math. 23 minus 12 is 11 years. So on an 11-year stint so far, there's a decision made to let her go to a group home. Okay. And in the group home, she cuts off her ankle bracelet and she escapes. She's gone for 12 hours before the public are notified and the police are notified. So the facility she at don't tell the police or the public for 12 hours that the crazy girl who stabbed somebody 19 times when she was 12 years old is on the loose. Then cut off her bracelet, is on the loose. So ultimately she is found, apprehended, she's back in custody. But this is my thing. So, first of all, there are clear cases of Black people who have mental health issues. They get charged like a regular person that does not have mental health issues, yet alone being reduced to a group home and this minimum security situation where you can just cut your bracelet off and leave the facility. The treatment and it was crazy because I listened to the media talk about this story, and there was another young lady that was involved, and I'm trying to remember her name. And And they reported on her and they said, but the other young lady is safe. You know, like you ain't talking about some damn attempted killers. And I mean, they was children. So y'all know I defend how we handle children. Anissa Weyer. But that's how the media talked about it. Anissa Weyer, because she got 25 years on her, you know, your mental instability situation. She's safe. Well, how? What you mean she's safe? Who? How are we talking about in a way like that, as opposed to being an escapee or being on the run and on? She's safe. Well, who was wondering if she wasn't safe? Was the community safe? I mean, like, white people kill me not understanding they bias when they talk about this stuff and the way they present these stories. And it is so frustrating to me. And I can hear Keith right now. Michelle, must it all, hell yeah, it must always come back to slavery. After I just got to my curse, it must always come back to it, because the whole way this is being handled, if this was a black 12-year-old who now 11 years, first of all, a black girl wouldn't have been given this opportunity to plead mentally, you know, insane and be afforded these privileges. She wouldn't have been given that. Black kids don't get that. And then to understand she was gone for 12 hours before anybody at this facility called the police or told the public this woman is out here on the loose. So, and remember, because one of them, the grandfather was a police officer. Oh, you can let her go to my house, to my custody. Because, you know, he was either former police or police. I think former, you know, because I was a police officer. And so I just had a whole bunch of irritation watching the way this was covered, just the whole thing. It just worked my nerves. And I just wanted to make sure that I mentioned that this morning, because it was interesting. But if I can shift, since we talking about, you know, white women, Marjorie Taylor Greene. So Marjorie Taylor Greene shocks everybody in DC. And don't worry, y'all, I'm coming back to the brother that was found in Brookfield. I'm going to come back to that. But Marjorie Taylor Greene, Congresswoman, makes a big announcement that she is resigning from Congress. Marjorie, who is from Georgia, Republican Party, who has been a staunch, relentless, to the point of cult-like supporter of Donald Trump, has been having rifts with the administration about the way that they see policy and the way that they have done things. The Affordable Care Act is what is visibly what everybody is talking about, because, you know, Marjorie Taylor Greene talked about she has 2 adult children who receive Affordable Care Act coverage. And she's talked about how they have even said they were going to be impacted. So she disagreed with the Republican Party on not doing something more proactively about Affordable Care Act. But there are some other things going on behind the scenes, in which, you know, that there are rifts and problems in the Republican Party. So this morning I'm listening, and there are some folks that are quoting what they have identified as senior Republicans connected to the Republican Party and saying, no, keep your eye out. You may see other resignations on the way. And they talked about it in very definitive terms. The reason being is that, and so this is all speculation, but that folks are now getting tired of Trump's antics, the people he surrounded himself with. You know, most people that run for office get into it because they want to, you know, do something to help the community. That's most people. Now, there are some you just ain't got no real skills and you don't have no real where else to go. So you go run for public office, you win, and now you become a pain in the behind to everybody in the community, or you just sitting up sucking up taxpayer dollars because you needed some insurance. I know some of those people. Then there are other people that, as a result of the first Trump presidency, they are ignorant racists who figured out that they could run for office and get enough support to win. And so now they're in Congress. But what has happened is that the level of bullying, Fannie Lou Hamer, eventually everybody gets sick and tired of being mistreated and dogged and kicked. Donald Trump does not know what it means to be loyal or respectful or, engage people with the level of decency. Everything for this dude is transactional. And if you no longer serve a purpose for me, I'm done with you. If you talk too strong in representation or in defense of yourself, I'm done with you. You dare challenge me, go on, snap your fingers. I'm done with you. So snap your fingers. But I'm just saying, like, it is clear that everything that this man has touched, because they used to talk about him being the Midas touch, everything turned to gold. Eventually it corrodes. It turns to crap. And so Marjorie is now being threatened by MAGA supporters, who she was their darling for a long time, when she was up there clowning and showing her behind, and Jasmine Crockett had to check her. She up, yelling at folks and being ignorant. But, now I'm turning a page, I'm turning a leaf. The Charlie Kirk murder has made me think about some of this stuff. And, now people threatening her. They got her address. And so she's like, I'm bowing out. But I do want to pay attention to what they're saying, that this Republican said, that there may be more defections and or people resigning, because the way the person put it, this is an awful place to work right now. And I was telling somebody, when Lakeisha's bid for Madison was unsuccessful, one of the things I said was, man, I'm glad, because Madison is a lousy situation to be in right now for so many people, because you can't get nothing done for real. It's hard to get stuff done. And the attitude is so nasty and so us against them, not on all of these individual relationships, but across the board. Working in politics right now, it is god awful. There's no way in the world I would want to work in Congress right now, because it's just nasty. And people say things to you that have been shunned in the workplace. I'm still trying to figure out how Donald Trump got to call a woman at work a piggy, and nobody can be able to bring any kind of lawsuit, something against this man, because you are harassing and demeaning a woman at work. And while, yes, she's not an employee of the federal government, you are an employee of the federal government. Like, it is so. And then to see this chick that is his
Yeah, I was just about to ask you that.
Yeah, that is his press secretary. Like, when I tell you, on some level, I'm so sick of white Republican women, I don't know what to do with my life. I'm so sick of them. Because as a woman, how do you sit there and try to defend this man calling another woman piggy in the workplace? And I watched his press secretary, whose name I refuse to utter. Well, that's the reason why people voted for President Trump, because, he calls it like he sees it. He says what other folks won't say. And Heifer, go back and back up and tell me how you stand there as a woman and support another woman being called piggy and told to be quiet in the workplace. Like, all these Republican white women is going somewhere crazy, because they are literally helping to turn back the clock on the rights of women in a fashion that is so freaking unbelievable and getting paid taxpayer money to do it. We paying your salary for you to sit here and justify this man from calling it on her job. It was bad when you watched the treatment of April Ryan and how this man tried to break her down and demean her and disrespect her. And April Ryan had to fight for herself. And every time he gets away with it. To the point you got white Republican women making, excuses and providing cover for this treatment. So I'm not going to be surprised if more than just Marjorie Taylor Greene leaves the Republican Party. Because they have, you just a party of cowards. Bootlicking cowards. This man, and I got to go to break, but this man has been able to break all y'all down, show all y'all weaknesses. You only are about power and money. No freaking self-respect. You make fun of people's wives and they bring they wife to the dinner. You making excuses for somebody that's potentially a pedophile. Like it's unreal to me. It's unreal to me. So we'll see how many other people decide, okay, now I had enough. Because I wondered how many Republican men and women in Congress watched him call that reporter piggy and were not repulsed. How many laughed, Trump being Trump, and how many were repulsed? And then you got all these silly folks on social media defending this dude every day. I got to take a break. I'll be right back. All right, family, welcome back to the show. So, just taking a moment, the Marjorie Taylor Greene news, people are trying to wonder about if there are broader implications. Someone texted me a lot of House Republicans are leaving because they anticipate Republicans being in the minority after the midterms. I'm going to say that, of course, there's some truth to that. I certainly don't dispute that. But I also do begin to wonder about the personal breaking point. I've been around to see exoduses before, when people were making decisions not to return. And they were making decisions not to return because the environment, the climate was so crappy. Because what good does it do, even if the Republicans stayed in the majority? You have no freaking power. You still are controlled by the White House. If Donald Trump does not want it to move, it does not move. Mike Johnson is going to make sure of that. So there are Republicans who are committee chairs and different people, because all of these Republican men and women are not bad people. Some of these folks definitely see some of the stuff that's going on and would prefer not to be associated with it. But because of peer pressure, because of, threats of being primary, because of actual physical threats about your safety, some of these people just stay in line. All these people are not bad people who just think that, somebody being an overtly racist, sexist, individual who bullies people at will is okay. The majority of people don't think like that, but they are so either cowardly or concerned about their own personal, well-being, making money, their own insurance, their own, whatever, access to power, that they're willing to go along so that they could stay in these roles. And a lot of them thinking maybe we can just ride this out. Good luck with that. Good luck with riding it out. Because Donald Trump has snatched the manhood away from all of these Republican men, and the women in the Republican Party just ain't never a factor anyway. Because they run all over the women in the Republican Party. They don't give a damn about what they say. I saw that right here in the state of Wisconsin. And you can be brilliant, strong women and get your voice reduced to nothing in the Republican Party because they're going to tell you to be quiet and shut up. So for all of complaints that people have, the Democrats do this and Democrats do that. Yeah, but I still get to raise saying if I want to. So we'll see. We'll see what goes on with that. But one of the things that also right now is pressing for me as I'm watching some of these stories play out is, here we go again, in terms of another Black man who has been found hanging from a tree. And now it's in our own backyard. So we've watched these stories unfold around the country where all of a sudden it would appear that hanging yourself is the latest trend amongst Black men in very public places. I guess we don't have no trees in our neighborhood, so we got to figure out how to go all the way to Brookfield to go hang ourselves on a golf course because it ain't no trees in the hood. It ain't nowhere. If I wanted to do that, I could have did that over here. Because see, nobody can make a connection to how this brother, who is 39 years old, and his name is Torrance Medley or Tory Medley, the way Channel 12 reported it when I first looked at it. They weren't clear if it was Torrance or Tory. And Tory may have just been a nickname for his brother. But 39 years old. And I watched the brother's sister on an interview last night in which she said that, if her brother did this, then fine. But if he didn't do it, they want to make sure that all T's have been crossed and I's have been dotted so that they know what in fact happened to him. His sister, Sheena Medley, in this interview, um, she was in Hawaii when she did this interview. And she said the family grew up in McGuanago. Tori moved to California for some time before moving back to the Milwaukee area. She said, quote, he's very mild-mannered, very sweet, very kind. I've never heard him speak ill of anything or anyone. He just had a very innocent spirit. One of his classmates mentioned he was a gentle, gentle soul, and that definitely was Tori. So the reporter asked, does he have any connection to that golf course that you know about? And the sister said, no, not that we know of. He was living in Milwaukee. He was living down off St. Paul. So he didn't have a vehicle. And so the question is, how did he get out there? When did he get out there? Why did he go out there? Brookfield police said Tori was found with a strap around his neck. The other end was attached to a tree branch. Quote, none of us understand this. It's important to know because there are other people who live in that community. If something did actually happen, people need to know how to look out and protect their children, their nieces and nephews, his sister said. Quote, it's not just, a family issue for us. It's an issue for the entire community. If it was suicide, we'll accept that. But if it was something else, we'll accept that too. We just need to know that that's all the I's have been dotted, T's have been crossed, and it's been fully reviewed and investigated, which is only fair. The sister said while she recognizes her brother has struggles, she doesn't believe he would have taken his own life. Quote, if you ask me honestly, I don't think he did this, but he had some mental health challenges. So it is a possibility. But he left messages for family members talking about employment opportunities and this and that. So it didn't sound like somebody who's done with their life. She was asked if anyone with information or a possible surveillance video of her brother to please come forward. Quote, I just wanted people to know that he had a name, that he was a really good person, a good man, and he had a family that loved him incredibly. Our heart goes out to Mr. Metley. Oh, this was from the police department. Okay. So the police were, trying to get a hold of any video footage from the area. In their release, they said there was no indication of foul play in Metley's death other than injuries caused by asphyxiation. There were no other obvious signs of trauma to his body. Police said there was no evidence at the scene suggesting anyone else was there at the time of his death. Police said they were aware that Metley had experienced mental health challenges in the days prior to his death. And the chief said, Christopher Garcia said, quote, we understand the public's desire for answers and we share that commitment. However, the spread of inaccurate information does not help the investigation or the family. We will continue to follow the facts where they lead, and we will share additional verified information when available. Our thoughts remain with Mr. Metley's family during this difficult and painful time. And then they talk about if you or someone is struggling with mental health, 24/7 help is available. Text or call 988 for the National Suicide Prevention Hotline. And again, I'd like to mention that Donald Trump felt that it was a priority to end the suicide hotline for people in the LGBTQ community. Just to be hateful, because it didn't align with his personal ideology and belief about folks. So I don't know. When I watched the sister's interview, she was just very, very calm. And, she said, and I read to you what she said, but I was just watching her mannerisms. And I was like, before I even saw that he had struggled with some mental health issues, I wondered this brother, struggle with any mental health issues? And then later when I read this piece, I see that, that was there. But y'all, I too share people's concern in the public that this is unnerving to see so many young Black men in one of the vilest forms of attack that Black men have suffered in this country in terms of lynchings. that this would be a preferred method of killing themselves. If that's what everybody's asking us to believe, that all over the nation, young Black men who have decided to end their lives as opposed to any method that they could do, you do it this way and in such unfamiliar and public places? How did this brother end up in Brookfield walking in a car? I mean, like, and all of the cameras that we have everywhere, do we see when he enters the park? Is there anything that grabs him that we can track his movements? So I'm cautious about how to talk about this because I just had the conversation on Wednesday of last week about the fact that suicide is very real. It's real in our community as well. I know Black folks say that we don't do self-harm in this way, but we do. But the eerie way that this stuff is happening, we cannot not question it. Those two young Black boys that end up in Georgia with their whole life in front of them was actually getting ready to take a flight and go somewhere to kick it. Then they end up in a remote part of Georgia that they had never, ever visited. Family can't explain how they got there. And they both, to my son, it was a murder-suicide. They both end up dead. Like, it makes no sense. That family still not being given answers that adequately, satisfy them. The young man, and this wasn't a lynching or anything, but that was rolled up in that mat. I think that was in Georgia too. Yeah. And then they was like, it was some accident. That boy didn't roll himself up in no mat like that.
No.
So some of these deaths don't sit well with this community. And the sad part is you don't half the time trust the authorities to give you the real answer. Look at the way the ICE, it was either ICE agents or Border Patrol, I think it was ICE agents in Chicago, lied on that woman that officer ended up shooting 5 times. Did y'all see that? She's now been on the news where they lied and said she rammed the back of their car. They got out. The woman's not pointing a weapon. They shoot her. This officer shoots her 5 times. And then they now have uncovered text messages where he was bragging to his colleagues, 5 shots, 7 holes. That one's for y'all boys or something, like that, making fun of the fact. And then they put in the press release that she had a semi-automatic weapon, and they was like, the gun was found holstered in her car. She never took it out the holster, and she's a CCW carrier. But what she did do was she was blowing her horn, trying to alert people in the area that ICE was in the area. And they got upset. That's what she did. And you can see on the video when they ram her car. And do you know that all charges have been dropped against her because they had charged her with 5 felonies. All charges have been dropped against her. But Homeland Security still put out, after all charges were dropped against her, that she was basically a terrorist. So the Trump administration and the way these people have behaved has compounded the lack of trust that people have in law enforcement already. They've made it worse. So I hear you, my man in Brookfield, Mr. Garcia, but the Black community just don't have a whole lot of faith right now. You want to say something?
Yeah, I just found it hard to believe that he stayed over here on this side of town. I think it was off of St. Paul or somewhere over there, from what I heard his sister talking. And for him to go way out to Brookfield to a golf course that he's never been to, from what she's saying, he has no connections to that. There's no cameras, there's no nothing. So you go way out there and find a random tree to hang yourself out of all of the thousands of trees
And then
from.
they said a strap. So I'm like, so was it a belt? Or where you get the strap from? Like did you go with that in mind? Like there are
Yeah,
things that
it
it does not add up as you start trying to walk it through and put it together.
some
Now I
sign.
did find it, and I'm getting ready to make some people mad. I did find it interesting that the sister said they had grown up and he had lived in Maguanago.
Yeah.
Y'all gonna get enough. Y'all gonna get enough.
Yeah, I think you can
Y'all
trust.
y'all gonna get enough. Y'all gonna get enough. Y'all gonna get enough. And you read between the lines whatever you want to read from
Yeah.
it, but y'all gonna get enough.
Yeah.
The damage that can be done. You know, when you put black folks in these only situations or one or two situations, and folks think they doing something great. You know, oh, I ran to live in the suburbs, and I ran to live in some of these communities, and particularly from young black boys, how they fare in these environments. I don't know that to be the case here, and I'm not saying that. I'm just saying it in general. When we making certain decisions that we believe we George and Wheezy and we moving on up and we moving on out and you safer, living around this people than these people, there are other consequences. People struggle with their identity and to fit in and where do I belong and da 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 da. Some of y'all be messing y'all kids up, moving them to Maguanago. Yeah, I know that was going to be unpopular and hit some nerves, but it's the truth. You got to make sure that not just that I was able to give you a nicer house and a yard to play in, but you got mental and emotional supports around people so that they mentally are good in your brand new environment. And people think, oh, but it's a trade-off. That's not going to be the 17-year-old child that's accidentally killed because folks were shooting outside of their home. Okay. But it could be a different kind of death. A death of the soul and the spirit and the mind and your identity. It can be a different kind of death, y'all. You can be dead and still be walking amongst us because you didn't have what you needed to be in some of these places. So if you're going to be somebody that puts black kids in some of these places and spaces, make sure they have what they need to mentally and emotionally be all right. Because we don't think about that. All you think about is the 5,000 square foot house and the 2 acres of land we sitting on and the blah, blah, blah. But these kids go to school and the environments every day where folks looking at them sideways. But y'all, oh, they got a good education though. Damn. What else did they get? And I'm not saying don't ever integrate a situation or a community. I'm saying, but if you do it, make sure that you keeping your eye on your kids. Make sure you go up in those environments so you know how they being treated. Listen closely to the things that they talk about. I had to do it with my own son. When I figured out 2 things, his definition of beauty did not look like black women. It looked like white women. And that was because of the environments that he was in when he was very, very young. And his definition of safety. Because when we went to the Y, the old Y on 12th and North Avenue, and we got ready to get out, and that boy locked them car doors, talking about, is these people gonna hurt us? Who? The black people, mommy. The black people. Okay. Yeah, we got to rethink where we got you and what we doing with you. Let me take a break. I'll be right back. All right, family, welcome back to the show. So, yeah, I got a cramp in my leg, and they had to get me up off the floor.
Someone
Uh,
please got 911.
so you can't tell from the video, but I'm actually standing right now because yeah, I'm about to pass out up in here. Let me go to the phone line. Hey, caller, what's happening?
Good morning, Michelle. Thanks for taking my call.
No, good morning to you.
And
Thank
happy
you.
holidays.
Yes, ma'am. You too.
I have 4 questions for clarity, if you don't mind.
Okay,
You
let's
know,
go.
there's a popular comedy venue out there in Brookfield that we go to, and there's that mall. Is Brookfield considered a sundown town? Do you know?
Nah, I wouldn't say that. I mean, the area where the golf course is, fairly high end. So it would be, I'm sure, kind of odd to see certain people moving around over there. But yeah, no, I don't think it's
Okay.
like it used to be.
Um, so is there like a TikTok trend or something going around with black men carrying ladders and rope to hang themselves?
Yeah, that part right there says climbing trees.
Logistically, it doesn't make sense, does it?
I need to see
How
the
you
tree.
climbing trees and hanging yourself?
Yeah, I need to see the tree. I need to see the tree.
And then you're saying that it's a high class area he was found, and there's no video footage of that at all.
You would think somebody, a ring camera or something, with it, because there are condos and housing in the area. So you would think that somebody would have picked him up walking into the area somewhere. And it's and
the golf courses are made.
yeah, but
There's no
still,
houses around the golf course.
yeah, yes, there are.
It's so heartbreaking. And then my
somebody,
my
go ahead,
last
sis.
question. Oh, my last question was this ICE facility. So are we to make copies of our birth certificates and carry them around and purchase whistles? Has the mayor said anything about this, like Mayor Brandon Johnson has? What is our what are we supposed to be doing with this center being built, or is it too late now? We just got to deal with what happens with the masked people.
Again, that's one of the things, and that's why I mentioned what county. I'm sorry, excuse me, the city, what is he? Uh, over the Common Council president, Jose Perez had done, which was
Perez.
put out some information that was done by other organizations that talked about what, creating some type of plan for your personal safety in terms of dealing with ICE. We do need to, and I've been saying this for a while.
He has put out a plan for us, or no?
No. So it was Perez was commenting on a plan that was put out by like Voices de la Frontera that talked about, and it really was a self plan. Make sure people know where you are. Make sure you got contact phone numbers. Your children have memorized information. So that if you go, like, because these people are snatching folks off the street, and family
And
may
from
not
at schools.
right.
I'm
not even
concerned
know
about
you're
all the
gone.
people in schools that we have, the children in schools. There's no mercy with these people. Can you get detained? Can you even make a phone call or contact a lawyer? How long you're detained?
No, you don't have any ability to control any of that.
What's
Right
the
away.
protocol?
Yeah, no.
And then they have masks on. So if I'm with somebody that's videotaping, what recourse is that if they have their face covered and they're allowed to just do anything? And we're sitting here like, okay, there's one right here in our backyard, y'all. What are we supposed to be doing as far as a community to make sure that nothing illegal happens? And you're saying there's been no public instructions at this time.
There has not really been anything coming from official channels,
Yeah.
telling the community that these are your rights. This is what you need to understand. These are what these,
Well, we see
because
something.
I even, like, once Lakeisha said something to me about it, so I'm like, so now I may see these vehicles riding up and down our area, and you actually transporting and grab these people.
The U-Haul rental.
Yeah, because it's a processing center. So it changes the way I even move around in the community, because now I'm paying attention to everything with a third eye, in terms of what's going on in our neighborhood. So yes, ma'am. But
and
no, we have not.
Okay.
We have not
you,
seen
Michelle.
enough information about what people need to understand and what they need to do. So just real quick, we were talking about this whole so it's funny, Lakeisha was listening And when you asked about the sundown town, Brookfield was never classified as a sundown town, but Appleton, Janesville, and Mequon actually were classified as sundown towns. And, for people like, what is a sundown town? Black folks need to be out of town by sundown. And then in terms of the golf course situation, Brookfield Hills Golf Course is an executive style golf course surrounded by condos, open from all angles, and can be visible from I-94. Brookfield PD say they have surveillance footage of the area. This place has cameras all over the place, and this is from a golfer.
So why they say that they don't have?
But this is from a golfer. This is from somebody who plays these courses and would know. So this is from a golfer. So somebody else said, Michelle, more than a few intersections along Moreland, Blue Mountain Road, and other Brookfield main thoroughfares have traffic cameras, so there must be footage. The other thing that is concerning is that this happened on November 13th. The community is really just beginning to learn that this happened. And so there are folks saying, you have something like somebody found hanging from a tree in a golf course in Brookfield, of all places. How did the media and the news outlets, or why wasn't this information known right away? So how long did it take you to identify this brother, family to be contacted? And then why has it taken so long to talk about this publicly in the community? Let me go to the phone line. Hey, caller, what's happening?
Hello?
Yes, hello.
Yes, good morning. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Good morning.
Yeah, I was listening to you talking about the young man that was found hanging in the golf ball. A lot of times you probably gonna have to go outside.
Hang on one second. You got us on speaker?
But that's the only way I can talk on this old phone. So if you can't hear me, you understand.
All right, go ahead. Let's try. Go ahead.
Well, the thing is that a lot of times when you get these kind of situations, I don't know if the family has the money, but they need an outside autopsy, because that's the police out there that's going to investigate that. And if it was, the coroner is the police. As a matter of fact, the coroner is the only one that can really arrest the sheriff. The coroner is the big deal in all major cities. The coroner is the dude. So a lot of times you have to go outside of that and get your own private autopsy done, because other than that, it's just gonna be, and they don't want no trouble out there, so they're gonna sum it up as a suicide. Now, you talked earlier about in the same message. In the same thing you were talking about mental health, and you always seem to add. You really do, Michelle. You add LGBTQ in as though you're protector of those people's rights. Now, okay, that's fine. That's what you want to do. All right. Now, with mental health, with LGBTQ be considered a mental health disorder?
No, it's not.
It's not a mental health disorder. So you don't think it's psychotic for a person to put socks in his chest and say he got breast, and really believe now, beyond a shadow of doubt, that God made him a woman and he just in a man's body, and he begins to live that life.
So look, this is a decided issue between you and I. So there's no need to rehash this. I support people's rights to be whatever they want to be. And I don't have a problem with that. So you do, I don't. So we don't need to rehash that particular aspect of it.
That's cool. So do you think it's a good thing that they're pushing? No other group of people is pushing mental health as bad as Black people and this LGBTQ movement.
No, Black people have not been the ones to spearhead or push that. It's come from other groups. About that? Yeah, I'm sure, because I was at the table when a lot of the discussions were happening, particularly in Wisconsin, when the legislation was being introduced and brought up. So I knew who was coming to testify. I knew who was the bill authors. I knew who were the supporters were. This is a issue, though, that is unique to a particular demographic, and having people that understand what these people are going through is helpful. I, as a heterosexual, may not fully understand everything connected to somebody that is gay or transgender or what queer or whatever and what they're going through. So to be able to have people that can assist those people, because this is the thing, and this is where I don't understand how anybody, regardless of your feelings about somebody's sexuality, if I can stop you from killing yourself, whether I agree with your lifestyle or not, and it is determined that this would help you, why would I remove that?
But if it's not a mental health issue, why do you need any help, period? Why won't you just live with the lifestyle they're going?
But you're assuming that somebody is committing suicide. No, hang on. Because their reasons for committing suicide can be can be varied. The same reason why anybody else considers suicide. All I'm saying is, if there's a resource we can provide to stop somebody from taking their life, why would I be opposed to that?
Well, I agree with you on that. I agree with you on that. I mean, every life is more than more than all the wealth in the world. So I understand that. I get that part. But it's like me putting on a Spider-Man suit. I'm gonna go back here for 1 second. I know you got to get rid of it. It's like me putting on a Spider-Man suit and going down on 27th and Burleigh about 1:30 on a real hot day, and everybody kicking it and chilling and getting money and moving like they move. And I jump out with my Spider-Man suit. And I say, hey, all of y'all, right now, stop in the name of Spidey. And I start to really believe that I'm that character. I start to really live in that character. And would you think that was psychotic?
Again, you're trying to debate
I'm
something that is a decided issue.
Debate.
Yes, it is. You just reframed it and put on a Spider-Man suit. It still is a mask for homosexuality or being gay or queer. That's all you did was reframe it by using the Spider-Man example.
How do you deal with
the situation for us is still the same. We're on different sides of the issue. I don't care about somebody's sexuality. Don't make me not a bit of difference. None. I'm no less. That. My life is not impacted one way or the other because somebody loves differently or sees himself differently than I do.
I have no problem with that. What I have a problem with
have a problem with that.
No, they're piggybacking off the black.
You clearly have a problem with that.
Because they're piggybacking off the black experience along with the Mexican.
Hey. You act like it's not black people that's gay, bruh.
Listen.
How am I piggybacking off my own experience?
Listen, as far as the civil rights
this argument is just lost on me, family.
So you just talked last week about the Mexicans taking over the schools.
I didn't say nothing about no Mexicans taking over the schools.
Well, you said that you feel that it's unjust that they're getting state-of-the-art schools like over at this St. Agnes. And
I know what the conversation was, and I talked about what looks like a pattern of segregation.
I was really waiting on you to bring that back.
Well, don't worry. We'll have an opportunity, but at this point,
and I'll be waiting. Okay,
and I look forward to it.
Rest of your day.
Yes, sir. You too. Mother.
See
there.
So you know what?
Don't cuss. There you go.
Wow, hey.
This month.
That's where she was going, and he just went all kind on her. Hey, she couldn't do nothing when he turned. She flipped the table on her.
Let me be clear. Y'all misread that. I was the one being kind.
That's what we said. Oh, you were being kind.
I was being kind. It wasn't that he was being kind to me, because he did begin to elevate just for a moment. And I didn't go there with him.
So,
don't give my credit to nobody else.
I got a revelation through that whole conversation that both of y'all had.
Which was?
And you want to know what that revelation is?
What?
I just figured out that I'm a lesbian.
Well, I always question whether you were a thespian. I'd always wondered, was that boy a thespian?
Somebody needs to question it. So ignorant. Yes, the other voice that has joined us in the studio to bring in his own brand of special is Mr. Keith Paris. Hey, Keith, how you doing this morning?
Offended?
Offended? Why are you offended?
An impression was given that an all I talk about is chicken.
Why air quotes? That's real. No air quotes needed.
I'm offended. The chickens are offended.
See, the fact that you feel like you can
I
speak
got so
for
many
chickens.
calls for chickens this morning. Said, dude, you gonna handle that, right?
They was like, hey, handle that.
You are proving my point. Because no chickens know my number. You are proving
Not one?
none.
Not one chicken?
Not one know my number. So I mean,
You know, and you all were just talking, I know you're talking about your experience with the turkey giveaways, right?
Yeah.
I was watching the Rainbow Push broadcast Saturday. And what they did at Rainbow Push, they gave people whole chickens.
Whole chicken?
Yeah. And I kept thinking, well, in Wisconsin, in Milwaukee, we give away so many turkeys. And I thought, because more people can cook chicken than they can cook turkey.
Yeah. We've seen fact,
but the chicken is smaller than the turkey, though.
Right, but
you can feed more people with a turkey.
Didn't Pam Clark didn't they give chickens too also, or turkey?
Pam Clark did everything. They gave prime rib. They've given ribs. They gave ham. They gave turkey. Pam had a hodgepodge of meat. You can get all kinds of stuff.
I'm gonna tell you, man.
They did. Like when they did prime rib that year, I was like, what is going on? And why am I not in line?
Were you able to answer that question?
And I'm looking. I'm glad you said that because there is a food giveaway today.
Well, we were coming down after church yesterday. We went to Cops, and so we were coming down Capitol going home, and we saw this line on Capitol, and I guess it was the line going to St. Mark.
Oh yeah, St. Mark's was on the news
so
yesterday.
What they were staging
for
people where they had to come around, go down 15th Street, come back down Atkinson, I guess, and then come around.
Oh
yeah. So man, that line, but everyone, and I had to ask the question because I'm such a hater. How many people are in line because they're needy?
Oh yeah.
And how many people are in line because they're not needy?
Because they greedy.
Well, let me just be clear.
And I should.
You see how much this food costs today?
I know.
Which
was another reason.
It depends on what you consider need, because I may not be food stamp needy, but
I like the way you qualify. I'm not SNAP eligible, but
I need it. There's some folks out here struggling, man. So, and I'm glad you mentioned it. There is a Thanksgiving dinner giveaway today. This is happening over at Blessed Savior East Campus, 5140 North 55th Street. And they have whole turkeys, holiday hams. So I'm assuming you can get one or the other. Complete meal kits with traditional sides while supplies last. And this starts at 4 p.m. today.
So they considered working people as well to be able to get in time to pick up.
Oh, trust me. Yeah. The folks that ain't working,
they
gonna be out of stuff by 5 o'clock.
Even if they are working, I'm gonna take about an hour personal time.
Look,
I'll be right back.
So thank you. And Millie Colby sent that to me. Thank you, Millie, for sending that to me. Jay, you want to say something?
Yeah, I was gonna say, man, I was bootlegging, man, giving out whole party wings today. So if somebody want to meet me on Sherman and Capitol, I'm giving out whole party wings.
Party?
I'm not allowed to comment on that because that's chicken.
He was looking like, what's that?
I'm
not allowed.
You
whole party wings.
Give me.
I'm telling you, his face is like, is he serious?
Whole party wings?
Whole? You giving out the whole thing?
You know how much party wings cost? Again.
Well, actually, you know what? Man, this beef thing.
Oh, it's ridiculous.
That's ridiculous, man. I bought
all of it.
I bought a pound of ground beef last night. That was like $8 a pound.
All of it. I told you I paid $12 for smoked turkey necks. $25 for 2 packs of smoked turkey necks. All of it.
That's ridiculous.
I gotta turn y'all on.
You don't do like the
wings
or the legs?
No, because I use smoked turkey necks for my dressing.
or come holler at me for them whole party wings. I got you. Out the trunk, fresh.
I don't want those.
Fresh out the trunk.
I got a problem with
Hey,
retailers.
Let me be clear.
Selling out that trunk, I got a real problem.
Came and sold meat at the barbershop. I was the first in line. Yeah, let me get
I'm telling
to the porterhouse.
I'm telling you.
You got some
Out the
flank
trunk.
steaks in there. Yeah, I used to get sheets and meat from the barbershop.
Sheets and meat. That sounds like a group, don't it?
Hey,
200
tell you
thread?
right
Was it 200 thread?
two. Can't sleep on no rough 200.
Sheets and meat.
Y'all think I'm playing.
Sheets
I got sheets I ain't
the
never
boosters
even
I
opened.
know steal the good stuff.
I got sheets we ain't never even opened yet. And not the fake Egyptian sheets y'all be buying. It's about 8,000 thread count. Be getting them
She
balls
said
on them.
Egyptian.
Y'all know they get y'all. They get y'all every time.
We had. This is one of the most incongruent. Just didn't make sense.
Is that the word we're using?
Yeah.
Incongruent?
Yeah. Right.
We gotta go. Okay, so
We can pick this up inside Keith Show. He's got no subject matter.
Chicken, man. We talking about
Let's
chicken.
talk about chicken.
so look, y'all.
What we talking about here?
Oh, you heard.
Chicken.
Everything going on in the world. What we talking about?
Chicken and turkey.
I gotta talk about Shador, so I need to
Yeah,
hang
hey,
around.
and
I
I'm
need to
glad
hang
that-
around.
Did
So
you
look,
see what
I'm in my
Jason
show.
Whitlock said?
I'm gonna end my show.
You gotta pick that up, Doc.
And thank everyone for listening. If it's okay with Keith, I'll hang out here for a minute or two, and because we need to talk about chicken. So and why it's not in my dressing. So I'll be hanging over. But thank you all to the bros. Clark, there it is. All right, Jermaine and Debo, appreciate
Man,
you,
Clark
bros.
out of here.
Family.
That boy is thespian.
Felt that
Got
thing.
up out of here.
I will talk to y'all later. Peace.